Of course, great for him. He's been working really hard in just trying to find the rhythm and get the feeling back of getting those big scores. He's had a few, lower scores, a couple of 30s and bits and pieces, but to get the rhythm today, especially today when he came back out, I think we saw a couple of shots this morning which were back to his best almost. Yesterday he had to work hard. He wasn't really feeling completely in flow of what was going on, but today it looked back to normal. So really pleased for him and for the team.
We'll go Sonia and then Mel and then Vish.
Well, of course, you take anybody out of a 4-man attack or 5-man attack, it creates a hole, and when you're trying to push for victory on a pitch that is, is quite tricky and gets quite slow after the ball gets older. Let's not forget, he got 5 wickets in the first innings as well. So of course it's challenging, and it's never great when bowlers go down or you don't have someone available to do the work that you need to do. It's then just up to everybody else to sort of pick up pieces and do the extra workload. You'll probably see Joe Root bowl a little bit more if he's not available. But let's wait and see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be all okay by tomorrow. Look, I think we've got 10 other guys in the team who are capable of doing special things also. I know, Ben gets highlighted a lot, as other players, someone like a Jofra does as well, because they can bowl 90 plus miles an hour or do something special. So, it's not something new. We've had it in different occasions. Over the last couple of years, we've also played games when we know that we're only going in with 3 seamers and a spinner. So it's not something the guys aren't aware of. It's up to everybody to find the feeling and find something and make something work right in the middle. So I'm sure they'll do that. Well, you can tell he's been desperate to get big scores and contribute more than what he has been. No doubt about it. When you've got the rest of the guys all chipping in and all making match-winning performances and impacting games, everybody wants to do that, all the way down to number 11. Even Jofra, I can't get him out of the nets in the morning. It's like he wants to bat and he wants to get runs, and everybody's capable of doing it. But Ben has been searching and looking for opportunities to be able to do so. And like we said already, that today the second part of the innings was his most fluent that he's been since probably the West Indies game when he went out and smacked it in the second innings there. So it was good to see. It's nice to have when you get the top 6, top 7 who are consistent and doing well and performing. Obviously, it makes for a good team.
I suppose from your perspective as a batting coach, is that the most satisfying innings you've seen?
I thought you were going to say, is it down to me then? But no, of course not. I sit there and watch the guys and enjoy every moment. I live every ball with them. So there's various things that everybody is working upon, and it's like when you get in those moments and you see a success, then great. And Ben is no different to that, just because obviously the length of time that they've played, him and Joe or the senior guys, and it's good to see him performing back, to where he wants to be. It is, he loves bowling, he loves batting, he loves diving around in the field, sprinting and doing everything he can do. It's really, he is that person that just wants to be involved in the game all the time. And of course, as anybody sort of progresses in their career, they pick up little niggles or injuries that may be a little bit more prone as you go along. So you have to manage everybody as they get a little bit more longer in the tooth. And him no different because of his impact. He's obviously being captain of the team. You want him playing as many games as possible. So of course, if we can somehow find a way to limit the amount of overs he bowls in particular, then of course we have done. And maybe we've seen it at different stages throughout this series already, where he hasn't necessarily bowled those mammoth spells like he did in previous times. I know at Lords he did over the course of in between days and either side of tea or whatever it may be. But if you find a way, if we can find a way, then of course it will benefit. The more games he can string together as a captain and as a leader in the group and the all-rounder he is, the better that's going to be for the team. He's not going to leave the field today. Obviously, he's going to be captain, so we need him to do that job. And he's still fit enough to run around in the field and do what he needs to do. And B, if he was off the field, then he wouldn't be able to come back and bowl tomorrow, which we're hoping we'll see.
Yes, that's a shot.
क्रिकेट की हर बड़ी खबर,
Lovely shot.
हर बड़े अपडेट और लाइव डिस्कशन के लिए जुड़िए मेरे साथ सिर्फ इंडिया टीवी क्रिकेट यूट्यूब चैनल पर।